Hello and welcome to ESA Winter 2019. My name is DVK and you are about to see a run of S.T.A.L.K.E.R Clear Sky, all main missions percent. Also showcasing some extremely fresh tricks that we haven't been able to incorporate into the usual route yet, but I'm going to showcase them anyways. Enjoy! Okay, hello. Yes, I'm Russian, so I'm sitting in an Ushanka. And this is going to be S.T.A.L.K.E.R Clear Sky, all main missions percent, as opposed to any percent which only takes 10 minutes and for me is a very boring category because it's basically random grading. Anyhow, the timer will start when I skip the cutscene, which is right about now. And we're going to watch another unskippable cutscene for the first minute, unfortunately. So I can tell you a little bit about the lore. Clear Sky is a prequel to the first installment of the series, which was Shadow of Chernobyl. It takes place in 2009, before S.T.A.L.K.E.R found himself as the Marked One. He was tasked with killing himself. So S.T.A.L.K.E.'s group is still alive, Fang, Ghost and the rest of them. And they're planning to wander again into the center of the zone. Which is what we want to stop, because when someone gets to the center of the zone, an emission happens and kills everything that isn't hidden in any bunker. And we're going to try to do the first skip right here. We need to click the dialogue really fast. If we are slow, we'll have to wait another 10 to 15 seconds just staring at the open window. And apparently we were not fast enough, so we do have to wait. And let's go. So the first thing we need to do is gather the news from the local barman.
Leave the merc alone with your dirty jokes. I need to see him.
So a mercenary under the name
Got some fresh air. We're having a very
S.T.A.L.K.E.R
This is the second outpost. We're under attack.
was caught under an emission.
That's
But
enough chit-chat.
unlike anyone else, he survived it.
Trader, a fighter is on his way to you. Issue
A
him
group
with
called
all the
Clear
equipment he'll
Clear
need for the
Sky
mission.
found him and tasked him with finding and
I'll be right there.
stopping S.T.A.L.K.E.R. So what we are going to do now is we're going to try to stack,
At last.
didn't happen, stack the initial loadout that is given by this trader. So we need to activate the dialogue
With us again.
and exit from it immediately.
At last. Here, take
So to proceed, we will need at least 7 stacks. That is the bare minimum that we can work with.
At last.
If we go to the menu, then nothing bad happens, but if we go to the dialogue, we cannot stack it anymore. We need to load from the previous save if we do not have enough stacks.
At last.
Okay, that is good enough. We won't need this. And we're going to our very first hunting trip to the swamps. We have an AK in hand, we will not need it right now.
Be careful.
We'll need this.
Don't move until you've thrown a bolt in.
Makarov's pistol.
Oh, by the way, you can sometimes find artifacts in anomalies.
Let's
You can't
pass
see them.
near the anomalies.
Detectors spot them easily enough.
Getting contact
If
in one
you
of
get
them is
close
enough.
Your detector will indicate the location of the artifact, and then you just pick it up easy as
So
pie.
we've got 16 health packs,
Current detector
which is
detects
sorta kinda good, but might not be enough.
artifact.
It's kinda tight to play with it. If the RNG is bad, we will find ourselves in a very bad position. just cut those pores open. We don't even need to climb the tower to complete the quest.
Attention all fighters. An emission is approaching.
Let's
Get
cut
to
open
cover
the boxes. Take one energy drink. Will be useful later. And here's another scripted emission that happens, and we of course will survive it. But not before ruining one of the PMs that we have. This will be used in a later trick, approximately half an hour off from this point. And for now, I'll just sit in our inventory, take up some space. So the space occupied in the inventory only affects our stamina, which is that blue bar
You survived it.
to the right of the health points. We'll skip the training. Now we need to sell the knives that we have, because one knife is worth almost 1500 rubles, and that is a lot. So let's sell the rest of the PMs. We don't need them. We need additional health packs. Sometimes I take an additional set of armor, but we're kind of tight on a budget. Only 6,000 rubles. And we'll need to stack a lot of energetic drinks here. So what we're going to do is we're going to buy all of his stock, then save and load. And loading will restock everything the trader has.
Mind if I read a donation or two?
Nope, read them.
Alright. We have a $10 donation from Antti Dotzer saying, "Hello there, comrade. We're congratulating you with some Stalker speedrun on ESA. Stay frosty and cheeky breaky to the end. All Stalker speedrun community cheering for you. Let the zone be good for you. Less than 3. And we also have a huge $75 donation from Anonymous saying, "Thank you ESA for all the amazing runs and good luck to all the runners." Thank you guys for the donations.
Okay, so 45 stacks should be enough. We're getting 48, which is very good, but kind of controversial, as the more Red Bulls we have in the inventory, the more space they will take, and the more weight will be used. So I'll just use one right now, so we go under 25 kilograms, because the stamina affected is in the even numbers. What I'm trying to say is if we go below 25, it's one measure, and if we go above 25, it's completely the other. They're not linear, they're not scaling. So here's a little trick that we only recently found in the S.T.A.L.K.E.R speedruns. It's called the elevator. So what we're going to need to do is try and get up here. Come on, don't do that to me. Okay, and set ourselves in a good position. Then duck, press double forward, and once we find the good pixel, we will fly all the way up. This trick hasn't found any use in all main mission runs yet, but it's become an incremental part of the any percent run. And it was the trick that allowed the any percent to go under 10 minutes. So it's very useful, but not to me since I don't run any percent at all. Okay, so now the mechanically hard and the most boring part of the run, the swamps. So the swamps consist of several checkpoints that we have to capture. We are introduced to the gang wars system. Of course, our gang is the Clear Sky. The opposing us are bandits. So what we're going to need to do right now is capture this post by killing everyone who there is.
Drop by our base sometime. We'll find a way to pay you
And
back.
since this post is very close to our initial base, we will not need to wait for the friendly bots to arrive here to capture it. But in any other spots, we will need the bots to get over here. So I also cut that tower to do this, to pick up the PSO-1 scope. It will be useful later in the run when we fit our AK with a scope mount. But for now we'll just stick to the PM and the headshots. So the next thing we need to capture is this old church. Try not to use too many health packs while doing it.
Come by our base when you get a minute. We'll return the favor.
And an important thing to say is that to any point that we capture, a retake party will be initiated, and a couple enemy guys from another spot will try and come and take this point back. So what we're going to need to do now is defeat the retake party, because everything on this level hinges on the bots getting smart enough to capture the spots, being fast enough to capture the spots. Because if we clear them out and nothing else happens after that, well, it's not too good. If there's no friendly presence at the point that we captured, it is not considered actually captured. So another retake comes in. Don't look at the targets that are designated, they often lie. The bullet spread is pretty random. The only way to ensure a headshot is to literally stick the pistol in the face of the enemy. If not, well, it's 50-50. Might hit the headshot, might not. So the next thing we are going to capture is the burnt village, but not before killing this boar, because when the friendly bots get near, the boars will spawn, and they will delay the friendlies by a long time, because they have a nasty habit of the friendlies, not the boars, have a nasty habit of sitting around and waiting for a minute after every enemy has been killed. It appears that our friendlies don't have a minimap and can tell that no contingency is going to happen, and it's all clear. So after capturing the burnt village, we are going to get away from it, hoping that the retake will take long enough for us to capture the main bandit base, which is the mech yard, or the northeastern yard. That's somehow, for some reason, called in the English log of the game. So we've got 8 health packs, that is pretty good. But I will use the safer strategy and go all the way around to take the building first, instead of trying to shoot out the yard first. It might be a little bit faster to kill everyone outside before proceeding inside, but clearing out the inside first is much safer. So now the enemy bots will try and go to our position, which is inside, which is close quarters, and which makes it a lot easier for us to kill them. Because the bots, well, they have near perfect aim, and apparently they have as much as no weapon spread at all. So we're going to break this box to take a grenade. We'll need that one later. Going to break the metal box to take some bandages and some first aid kits. And in this box you can find a bottle of vodka. Let's just drink it right now. Another first aid box. It says only one enemy left here, so we're going to finish him off and go all the way back to the burnt village. So unfortunately enough, only one wave of friendlies is coming our way now, and they are going to stop here at the burnt farmstead, so we are going to have to wait for another group of friendlies to spawn at the base and go all the way to the northeastern yard. So the enemy retake party has almost arrived. There they are. Let's kill them all. Let's finally put that AK to use. Now that we've got 6 spare magazines for it. And it appears that we are sorta kinda lucky, as the friendly bots have managed to capture the fishing post without us, and now they can send a friendly group from a much closer distance. Now unfortunately these guys, well, they'll be able to arrive to the burnt farmstead way before these guys arrive at the machine yard. And that is not good, because we will need those guys to go all the way here. This is the last location we will need to capture, but the quest to capture it will only be given to us after a group of friendlies captures the machine yard. So that is very unfortunate, as we will have to wait for the friendly group to... Although it might end up well for us if those guys, the enemies that are going to the old church, will hold out our friendlies long enough, so we could arrive, kill those guys, and go to the south village with them. But it's all pretty random. The AI in this game is has interesting patterns that were... Actually, who am I lying to? Were absolutely no fun to research, because it appears that well, they've just got random patterns of where to go and what to do. So my research was good enough to lower the average time of the swamps from 25 minutes to 22, 21, 30. But everything below that is purely luck based. And if you get a 17-minute swamp, well, you might as well want a jackpot in a casino. Because it needs for the stars to be in the right position to happen. Okay, so those guys are getting pretty close to the machine yard. Yes, they will be moving at this speed, but at least they're trying to run right now. What will happen to these guys when they'll get assigned to
We've captured the Renegade's lair.
taking the south yard? They will just walk.
Control of the paths to the swamps.
Okay, so the dialogue was initiated, but the task of capturing the machine yard was not completed. And in order for the game to... Oh god, bad RNG. In order for the game to realize that our friendly bots actually have arrived at the machine yard, we'll need to do a save load. But since we're on the marathon, bad luck all the way. And we have a retaking party coming all the way from the North Farmstead to the machine yard. We'll need to clear them out first.
Thanks, Mark. You really turned it around. Your reward will be waiting for you at the base.
Okay, now we need to make it all the way to the South Farmstead. So that is a pretty long journey. So let me just showcase you one trick. We'll do this, then we'll do this, and look at this. This is how S.T.A.L.K.E.R looks in third person. And now we're suddenly playing Naruto. So for some reason the running animation when you have no weapon equipped looks very derpy.
We can't hold on much longer. Hurry!
Unfortunately, it is not possible to play the game that way, as the camera movement in third person will not affect the, well, actual character aim. So if I were to pull out an AK and try to shoot someone, I would just shoot the earth, because I was aiming at the earth when setting the camera.
Mind if I read a couple more donations?
Go for it.
Alright, we have a generous $50 donation from Saw That Style without a comment, and a $5 donation from Kumquat Lord saying, "This is actually my second donation, the first being a $91 one to break the 10k mark. Keep it cheeky breaky, VK." And a $5.55 donation from Creveto saying, "Greetings, comrades. I want to thank the organizers and runners for such an event. Also thanks to the Russian restream, Rusk. Hey! Yes, if you see the VK and Tesuro, touch them by the knees." What's with the knees?
We have popular belief in the Russian community that anyone who breaks the estimate on a marathon gets kneecapped. So that's another incentive to not break the estimates. Okay, let me look at the map. It appears that we have a group of friendlies coming from the church to the southern farmstead, which is kinda good, but look at the speed they're walking with. And that's why we need the grenade for. Now we will need to wait for those guys to reach this bush, because if we just throw a grenade at them now, they'll scatter and hide in the church, and that's not what we need them to do. Instead, we need them to run all the way to the southern farmstead. I have no idea why would the developers make the bots walk instead of run when going to the southern farmstead, especially considering that the bots usually run anywhere. But that's just the way it is. Okay, they have passed the bush now. I can throw the grenade. And look at this speed! Now that's what I call speedrunning. a wild boar appears. And just like I said, after encountering any enemy, the bots have a nasty habit of sitting around and waiting, so this guy just started moving. Right now, the others are somewhere far behind, I think. The radar says they should be there, and yes, there they are. But since we have damaged some of them with a grenade, they will not be walking, but they will be at least jogging right now. Not exactly what I need, as I need those guys running. And I mean running, and they can run, we just seen it. But with no better option on hand, we'll just have to settle on jogging. And now we just need for the travel guide to get there to the water well, because if we talk to him right now, he will offer us only to go all the way back to the friendly's base. But once he reaches the well, we can actually go to Cordon and to Sidorovich. So now finally the interesting part of the run begins. Anyone who's been sleeping, you may wake up now. And we immediately get fired upon. It's not much more than a nuisance when playing on Novice, but when I was trying to run Master difficulty, this place right here was a pain, because the machine gun bullets that the army guys shoot at you are a one-hit kill from any point on the health. So the only way to actually pass that place is to hide behind everything there is. Okay, let's buy a little bit from Sidorovich. Now, what we need to do right now economically is we need to get our money to a sum between 180 rubles and 240 rubles when we arrive at the well, here, to the Freedom, to the Dark Valley. That will allow us to a glitch with infinite money. Well, they won't be infinite, but we'll get enough money for the rest of our run. We'll get almost 2 billion rubles from the glitch, and that's a lot. That's enough to buy everything in the zone, and we'll still have more to spare.
Don't just stand there twiddling your thumbs.
If we have any more donations to read, you can do it now.
I would like to use this opportunity to remind everyone that we're raising money for Save the Children, of course, and we're holding our ESA Winter 19 here in the city of Växjö, one of the most prominent IT clusters in Sweden, a very beautiful city to live in, and soon it will be the only city in the world that has an ESA arcade with Juke Beat, DDR and Groove a Coaster.
Howdy, Mark.
Okay, so we have arrived to the leader of the lone stalkers in the area, Father Valerian, and he has a prisoner. This NPC is the only enemy NPC that we can talk to, and that will not attack us in the whole series, actually.
So did you?
And what we need to do right now is we need to make him talk. And to do that, we need to kill anyone who has been sent to his rescue, and that's a lot of guys, actually. So we will going to replace the pistol. This pistol is somewhat of a good luck charm for me, because anytime I pick it up, everything goes better than it should. So the first rescue group is right here at the mill.
That's it! It's no use hiding anymore!
These are typical army guys. They're armed with AKs. So we'll loot them to get some more ammo for us, and to hopefully get some blue health packs, which are very useful because they restore us to full HP from any HP basically. The usual red health pack only restores the full from half.
This squad has been taken care of. We spotted their second squad at the depot.
So that's the first squad taken care of. We only need more ammo than that. And now there are two ways to approach the group at the ATP. We can either go through the side entrance, which is there, with those two army guys, or you can go through the main entrance, which we are going to take. It's slightly more dangerous, but also slightly faster. Now, I'm using this single fire mode of the AK instead of an auto fire because single fire for some reason is much more accurate than auto. I'm not just talking about me being able to aim more accurately. It actually has reduced bullet spread. There's only one enemy left. My bet is he's somewhere here, because they always are. There's always that one NPC that escapes and tries to flank you. And now we just need to return to the base, talk to the NPCs, and retrieve the package. We'll use the guide to travel around, because it allows us to spend money and also allows us to save time of going around, going to the neutral base. So we're going to use the yeah, you can see the NPC running to his dialogue. It only happens because we used the guide.
Your friends are dead and you're still here. No one's coming to save.
Let's take this one.
I'm listening. You got the
Okay, so the case is in the tunnel, which is actually a pretty bad RNG. There are 3 spots the case might be in.
listening.
Those are the house around here. It's a short hike from the neutral base and from the guide on the neutral base. Here on the mill, which is pretty close to the ATP, and is also a short hike away from the neutral base where we get the quest for that case. And the third one is here in the tunnel.
Don't shoot! Please don't shoot!
So this guy we're not going to shoot. Forget him. He starts the side quest, but we're only completing main missions. Now we need to travel back to Sidorovich. So we're going to need to buy something else from him. And we need to have a sum between 480 rubles and 540. because we will use the guide 3 times now. We'll use the guide to get to the center of
Thanks for returning the... If you need any...
to the base, and we will need the guide to travel around. Okay, let's sell the ammo back. 483, that's good. We will need the guide to travel around the Dark Valley, which will cost us 200 rubles combined. So 100 here, 200 there, and we're in for the money glitch. And right now we just need to leave this area for good. We will not be coming back here. We've still got 6 health packs, which is kinda good. A lot of AK magazines, a lot of 412 magazines, 32 energy drinks, which is actually extremely good, because we will not need to buy as much at the duty base. There will be a second spot where we're going to buy a lot of the energy drinks, which is going to be at the duty base. And the reason why we don't buy all the energy drinks right here and then, back at the Clear Sky base, well, it'll become clear after the money glitch.
Why don't you holster that weapon and get your butt over here, old man?
So forget these guys. Of course, they'll get angry with us, but we've got enough health packs to run past them. And they won't be chasing us, because they're tied to their specific spots.
We tend to get real choppy around here. Watch it so you don't
Now we need to get here, get the information about Fang from the diggers. They're already dead. So, some spoilers here. And if we have any more donations to read, you can go for it.
Yes, we have a generous $52 donation from Rogue Dark Yeti saying, let's see this, do a dab. Donate for the Dark Souls 2 any % race, let's go. And that's of course going towards the goal for the Dark Souls 2 race between Noobist and Distortion. And that is still going on if you want that to happen. Thank you for your donations.
So, for some reason, the game has different approaches to the same task. So this time we just need to open the body of the guy, but the next time we need to find some information on a dead body, we'll be forced to actually pick up a PDA that will be in the dead body's inventory. We're gonna kill this guy because we don't want to holding out from the dogs. Gotta leave the broken PM instead of the fixed one that we accidentally picked up. And now we just need to get all the way to the edge of the map, and all the way to the Dark Valley. At which point I will show you one more trick that isn't used in... We're still researching as to where and how to use it. Plus, the execution of this trick is somewhat shady, and we're not sure if it is fair to use the trick or not, because it involves console commands to work. So we're going to need to make a save game here. Let's call it save 1. Put the gun away, because those guys, we actually need to be at least neutral to us. If they start shooting, the game will become a lot harder, and it won't be an all main missions run anyways, because well, we'll be dropping some of the main missions that we need to complete. So now we're getting acquainted with the Freedom, one of the 2 gangs to be featured in Gang Wars. and their war is with Duty, who are right there. The other gang war that is there on the map is between Bandits and Lone Stalkers, and we can actually join the Bandits. But we're not going to do this right now because it is not important to do for the all main missions run. So we're instructed to get to the pseudo dog and kill it. It's a pretty easy task. So we're going to do this without any further ado. Only takes 10 bullets from the AK. I actually like Freedom a lot more than Duty because, well, they've got this. Just listen to it.
You know that? You're just sitting there doing nothing all day. The bullshit, you bozos! You're making the whole place sound like a used car dealership.
How's it shaping? And quit bothering me over nothing.
So yeah, unlike Duty, they actually have personalities. Duty are just cut out paper soldiers running around in their red armor. I don't really like Duty. Although most of the speedrun Stalker speedrun community prefers Duty to Freedom. Probably just because they use AKs. Freedom tends to use the Western weapons like L86, M4, and SG556s. We're not going to use them in the run because AK is simply the best weapon in the entire game. And while the M4 has a little more accuracy, this accuracy goes down the drain in just 2 magazines. So the durability of pretty much any gun that isn't AK-47 is really bad. The AK is the only actually sturdy gun out there. So we're going to stick to using the AK because there will not be much places to fix yourself, fix your guns.
Well. Yeah. Good luck. Keep me abreast of any new information.
Okay, well, we need to... Come on, jump down. Now we just need to clear out the mercenary camp that is also there in the Dark Valley. Use the guide to get a little bit closer to the area. We cannot get there, but we can get a lot closer than we used to be. So we skip this part of the distance and we just need to walk half the mile right now. Use another energy drink. So of course the mercenary base has already been attacked by Freedom, but they're relatively safe. Unfortunately, we do not get to say, I am your reinforcements, like they do in the Hollywood flicks, but whatever. We're not here to chit-chat, we're here to shoot people. So the mercenaries are also armed with M4s and L86s. They also have some decent armor, so one headshot sometimes might not be enough to kill them. I'm gonna take this PTA beforehand, and when we finish this guy off, now we just need to run to the Freedom group. One of them will become a guide, and we will need to use him to get back to the base. I hope this guy becomes the guide. It's assigned randomly, actually. Nope, it's that guy, but he's pretty close. So we're going to the hangar. And now we're going to to do the first part of the money glitch.
What did
So
you
what we're going to do now is
see me if you need anything?
try to repair this PM. Of course, we don't have enough money. And after that, we'll try to install an upgrade to the PM. And this leads us to having a negative amount of money. So we basically owe Uncle Yar 57 rubles right now. After that, we'll just need to hand over the PDA.
Ah, thanks for your help. Good luck. Come back anytime.
And now we're going to save for the second time. Then we're going to load the first save, which was right there at the edge of the location. Get the move to another location screen. And load the second save, where we already did all the quests. But this will keep the travel screen. Now we just need to press yes. And we're going to move back to the scrapyard. So this is essentially the save glitch in S.T.A.L.K.E.R. This is usable with any pair of saves. So it is possible to finish the game in under 5 minutes if you have a save game from somewhere under the Pripyat, right before the final location. So you can just start the game, get the load screen, and go from there. But we don't think that it's too fair. Okay, so we'll need to lose all of our equipment here. Everything we have. We will not need it where we're going. The 4 grenades are very good. We'll need them at the very end of the game, and we're walking right into a trap.
This place is pretty damn good. Look at all
If you've
this
got any
stuff
more
and
donations
stuff
to
you
read,
get like
now's the
live
time.
money. I wonder what that
Yes, we have another generous $50 donation from Rogue Dark Yeti, saying, "Hey everyone, first time watcher, long time donor, donating for the Diss Dabs. Shoutouts to Energy_9, yee!" And that donation is also going again to the race incentive between Distortion and Nubis. So it seems like Rogue Dark Yeti really wants that race to happen. Thank you for the money.
Fang's PDA is right.
Okay, so you could see us losing almost 4 billion rubles. And the variable that contains the sum of money that we have at any point of the game
Confirms my suspicions.
is a simple 32-bit integer
Visited the center of the zone.
that can become negative, so it's signed int.
Large emission
So now, because we had
will not be pacified until the path to the center
a negative amount of money, and the game needs to set the money to 0,
or the zone releases more emissions to destroy
well, it has had no better idea than to make us lose all of the money that we could lose. So that basically subtracted
Fang's PDA contains the
2
coordinates of their stash. I am confident
in power 32, and that leaves us with 2 power 31 rubles, which is almost over 2 billion rubles.
why don't you all
So we're
get your butt over here?
one of the richest Ukrainians right now, since the zone is located in Ukraine. Okay, so we will not be walking around the scrapyard to retrieve our equipment, because there is no equipment to retrieve. That will cause an interesting dialogue.
What are you doing here? Run like the wind. Mutants will be here any minute.
This guy will tell us that we don't have any of our gear on us, despite us having an AK in hand, the coat, some bandages, some health packs, and stuff like that. Now we need to move to the duty base and perform our second buy-in. So we're going to buy a lot of energy drinks. Fortunately, we have enough saved from the last buy. Usually I end up having around 5, but having having 14 is very good. We're going to buy some health packs. We're going to upgrade the AK. We're going to upgrade the pistol. And hopefully it will be enough to at least reach the scientist's bunker.
Come by again to continue our conversation.
Now, an interesting bug that can happen here is us pulling out a weapon in the duty base, which just happened right here. The only solution to this is to remove the weapon back to our backpack, although it is prohibited to wield weapons in the open on any of the NPC bases. Instead we'll just get our binoculars out now. And we're going to need a lot of energy drinks. Usually I buy around 60, and that amount is enough to the end of the run. So we will not be buying any more energy drinks, because the scientists don't sell energy drinks. They don't have any Red Bulls in stock. I'm not sure why. But the only thing we are going to buy from the scientists will be more health packs. The scientists have a lot of health packs. And they've got yellow ones too. The ones that can heal radiation and everything else. Okay, so 60 should be enough. Now let's go upgrade our stuff. Fix the coat. And we're going to get the quest from the duty leader now. Repair. We're going to choose all the lower upgrades because they are needed to upgrade the accuracy instead of rate of fire. There are two branches of development for any gun. That is either accuracy or rate of fire. And we prefer accuracy over rate of fire. So we've installed the sight blank, so we can actually install the sight now. Finally, it won't be just hanging out in the inventory. We can also install an underbarrel grenade launcher on the AK, but we're not playing Call of Duty, so we won't be needing the grenade launcher. It's pretty useless in clear sky. It's only useful in Call of Chernobyl. Now we have to be very careful to avoid any anomalies here, because from this point on, absolute most of the anomalies will be whirlwinds, and these are the worst anomalies one can encounter, because they stun lock you, and you'll be stuck for a couple seconds before being able to proceed. So fortunately this time it did not affect anything, because the enemy wave had already been activated. Now we need for all of the enemies to walk out of the cavern, so we can walk past them and proceed. Get to the underground. We're going to need to get ourselves some health packs. They're just lying around here. Kill a controller. Controller as in mind control. If we have any more donations to read, we can do it right now.
Of course. We have a $10 donation from Penny Chef saying, "Thanks for S.T.A.L.K.E.R speedrun. Let's hope S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 will not be the next Half-Life 3. And another very generous $139 from Rogue Dark Yeti saying, "Wow, $100 left to the Nubist versus Distortion 2 race. Wow, wow, wow. Chat, do you think we can get to it? I believe. Greetings from a place.
Well, if you keep donating like that, you'll certainly do see the race. Which is going to be quite interesting to look at. Okay, so now we just need to reach the next ladder. And we're going to ransack S.T.A.L.K.E.R's hideout. It appears that pretty much everyone in the zone knows about S.T.A.L.K.E.R's hideout, knows where the group is hiding. Because, well, S.T.A.L.K.E.R is not the first one to get there. The place is already crawling with bandits. So, as a reward from the duty leader in the area, we can become a part of duty. So we can request him to join duty. That will give us an S14 Grom rifle. That will give us a good set of armor. The duty's armor, obviously, which is fully upgradable at the duty's mechanic. And this will make all of the freedom hostile towards us. Which, at some point, was the general go-to strategy in... Okay, gotta be careful here. To find and kill the poltergeists. We can just jump over this area. But it's kind of risky to try it because with limited health pack supply, we cannot, sometimes we can just not survive to the point of jumping. So the ghost guys will just burn us way before we can jump over the unseen obstacle. I'm actually not sure what the obstacle there is, but it seems to disappear once you kill the ghost guys. So maybe it's one of them, although this is very unlikely to be. Let's get on anti-radiation thingy. So joining the duty is actually an old strategy. We do not use it anymore. And it was actually it was found by accident that joining duty gives us an advantage during the speedrun. Because freedom, well, we will need to storm an army base with them. But if freedom is hostile towards us, we will not need to storm the base. We'll only need to climb one tower at the base. And that saves a huge chunk of time because the base is big and has a lot of enemies. So now, if we were lucky, we will be able to reach the scientist's bunker before the alarm goes off. Hopefully. Come on. Yes. So that was very good. Because a zombie attack will happen right around now. And when it's happening, you cannot enter the bunker. You need to clear out all the zombies first. But we are already here. Let's buy everything he has. Buy a new set of armor. We won't need this, but we will need this. We have also taken the quest. And we can stay clear of the zombies for now. We can just go and complete the quest that we've been given, which is basically go there, retrieve the PDA from one of the dead bodies again, and go back. So there's a crowd of zombies up there. those we will need to clear out, because otherwise they will clear us out. Or we can just run around them because zombies are dumb and can't aim. Now, the dog pack is much more dangerous than it seems. It doesn't do much damage, but what it does do is drain your stamina. And if they're able to stun lock you, they'll quickly eat you because you won't be able to kill them before they kill you. Okay, skip the zombies. The alarm is still on, which means the friendly bots tasked with protecting the scientist's bunker are not doing their job well. So we will need to help them. So for some reason zombies don't die from being shot in the head, but they can utilize cover. They can vault cover despite moving, well, like this. I'm not sure if that's an oversight or an actual zombie tactic, but they are evolving. Now, for some reason, some zombies don't die from being shot in the head. Come on, don't seriously, still not clear. Okay, so this probably means one of the zombies is lying down and trying to die. At some point, the zombies will just fall down and struggle to stand up. Come on. Where is that guy? Why is the alarm still triggered? Unfortunately, the minimap will not be able to provide us with much info. Ah, well, let's just kill the next wave as well. So the next wave is here, all the way in the swamps. And there's a lot of them. Fortunately, I have more health packs than they have bullets. So I should be able to kill them before they finish me off. But this right here is a very unfortunate set of events. Finally, wow, that was some really bad RNG. This actually is the first time when I have to go out to that swamp and kill someone there. Okay, so we're just going to do a quick save load to restock the scientists, because we'll need a lot more health packs than we have right now.
Any luck? Best wishes.
Probably should restock the armor as well. Armor, piston, bullets. Let's buy a few. This we will not need. We'll need a little bit of this. Some bandages. Seriously? This, ladies and gentlemen, is an mission. So, I have two options right now. Try and rush the next quest, hoping that the mission will not hit before the quest is finished. Or hide and lose precious time. So yeah, another whirlwind. Okay, and I will not be able to finish the quest because well, because there's no one here. So for some reason the mission did not go through, which is even more interesting because that's actually the first time when an earthquake happens, but the mission does not occur.
It's a shame this.
Let's buy some more health packs.
Professor,
We want to stay safe right now.
Welcome to our humble science lab.
He's not standing close enough for me to talk to him.
Any luck?
Takes me
It was nice talking
quite
to you.
some time to react. To actually, for me being able to buy something from him. Sell this. Got 3 grenades, which should be enough for the end game trick. But we're still an hour away from that one.
according to my data, the psi emissions are generated by an unidentified device located under the factory. The psi field is unstable because of a malfunction in that device.
You know what? I'll just load. I'm fed up with whirlwinds. The developers could put basically any anomaly, but they choose this.
Located under the factory. The psi field is unstable because of a malfunction in that device's cooling station. Your objective is to restart the cooling system. I have sent all the
Like they don't have anything else to work with.
The diagram indicates 2 valves
The
used to
camp is also under a zombie attack, which means they're at high alert and I cannot talk to any of them before we clear out the zombies.
Gun at me.
Professor, we are ready to
Jesus.
start on your signal.
This is some very bad luck. A lot of it on a single run.
Please begin the operation. All our hopes and
It's like I used all of my luck storages for the February on the Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 rounds. So now we just need to shoot all the zombies. This is pretty simple. Shouldn't be much problem. So what the scientists are trying to do here is they're trying to figure out what turns people into zombies, and they want to try to disable the source of the psi energy that turns people into zombies. The scientist camp is under attack again, but this time I have the right to not care. I've already spent more bullets on them than I had to, than I used to. So these guys are on their own. The scientist was also pretty tight on the health packs. Could sell me a lot more than that. But only 2 scientific health packs per buy? No.
I'll cover you.
This won't cut it. I don't like greedy people.
We're almost there. I repeat.
Of course I know Gordon Gecko said greed is good, but not this time.
And restart the cooling.
Not when it ruins a marathon speedrun of S.T.A.L.K.E.R.
We need 2 of you at the valve and 2 of you at
Okay,
Merc, you get on the hangar
so Lefty, the leader of this group, divides the group into 2 to close 2 valves, and I'm tasked with protecting them. So I need to get to the hangar rooftop, and after that a timer will start.
fixing the valve
And now we just need to wait for 3 minutes and 20 seconds to proceed. So if we have any more donations to read, well, you've got 320 to read all of them.
Okay, we do have a couple donations. We have a $5 donation from the S.T.A.L.K.E.R Val. We are very hyped of your S.T.A.L.K.E.R speedrun. Greetings from Russian Restream and make this run fun. There seems to be a lot of support from the Russian Restream, and shoutouts to the Russian Restream for being awesome. We also have another big $100 donation from Rook Dark Yeti. Once again, wow chat, we did it! We made it to the Dark Souls 2 race with Nubis and Distortion 2. Who better do dabs, or else I'll write a very stern letter to Wikipedia asking for some sea salt ice cream. We're all the all-stars. Praise the floor. Sincerely yours, John Cena. Looks like Dark Yeti really wanted that race, and now it is actually met. We met the 1,000 out of $1,000 for the Dark Souls 2 any percent race between Nubis and Distortion 2. So thank you so much for that. And we have another $60 donation from Das D saying, so is this how I can donate to the Distortion dabbing donation goal? Unfortunately, we do not have a donation dabbing goal for Distortion, but if you guys donate enough and mention it a lot, maybe he will do it. I don't know, but you never know, right?
There's still a lot of time to work with.
In that case, I would like to remind everyone that we're of course supported by our partners, one of them being Twitch, who supports us and the event by promotion and has also invited us to TwitchCon Europe, which is upcoming in April, on April the 13th and 14th, where we'll be running a little mini ESA marathon. And as usual, you can support us as well with Twitch Prime, which would support the event, and of course, if you have Amazon Prime, that is free for you. Another partner of ours is Elgato, who's running the streaming pods in the back that you can see, and they are open for everyone and support all the streamers attending ESA who don't want to stay away from their audience for too long. Thank you.
Okay, so it actually is not necessary for me to shoot, well, anyone, because the bots can pretty much handle their own. And I'm just doing that to, well, spend the ammo and actually shoot. I just like shooting. So only 5 seconds left, which means we can go down the stairs now and go towards the next location. Split those guys a little bit. Gonna take a little more magazines. Although we have almost 700 bullets in our stock, which is pretty good. Too early to go towards. So when we receive the quest, we can actually go to the Red Forest. Going to watch a little unskippable cutscene. Now we need to chase S.T.A.L.K.E.R. He's running all the way there. Going to chase him like Naruto. S.T.A.L.K.E.R. get back to the village.
End your pursuit now, mercenary, or you will die.
Of course, we walk right into an ambush. So we will need to kill everyone but one enemy. The last enemy will surrender, will give us some info, but forget about it. We're just going to go to the Red Forest, all the way to the next quest point. Unfortunately, S.T.A.L.K.E.R actually did blow up the tunnel, so we cannot use the tunnel anymore. We'll need to use this bridge to get all the way to the city of Limansk, and after that we can catch up with Sherlock and go towards the nuclear power plant. Unfortunately, the bridge is occupied by bandits, and it can only be lowered from the other side, just like Lebedev just said it. Fortunately, there is a group of mercenaries that are friendly to us, stuck in an anomaly. So we need to rescue them. To rescue them, we need to find the forester. So then these guys will appear. We need a PDA from one of them. We'll need to use... I'll just take these ammo, because we'll need them later. Now we need to traverse the Red Forest. Has a lot of radiation, has a lot of whirlwinds. The radiation is not really scary, but the anomalies are. So we're reaching the next group of stalkers. Still at 35 energy drinks, which is pretty good. I'll just run away from those guys. There's also a pseudo giant right there. We'll try to move around him so he doesn't notice us and doesn't stun lock us. Only 2 bandages left, which is not exactly too good, as we might die from the blood loss. The blood loss is basically damage over time, which can be mitigated by bandages or by health packs, but it takes a lot of health packs to mitigate the DOT. So now we need to use the teleport. See, white screen, but while the screen is white we can already move, which is evident by the minimap. Saves us a couple seconds here. And meet the forester.
Hope to see you again.
He cannot, unfortunately, upgrade any weapons, but he can repair them. And the first thing he tasks us with doing is establishing contact with the Lost Mercenary group. To do that, we need to climb a tower. Hello, Far Cry. So this right here is the duty post, and at the end of this location there is going to be a freedom post, which is would become hostile towards us. Let's just make the save glitch right here, because we will need to go back and forth between those 2 locations a lot. So those guys would become hostile towards us if we would be aligned with duty. It would give us a huge shootout here. Of course, it's always possible to just walk past them, but they've got sniper rifles, they've got M4s, they've got some SG556s. It's not exactly too healthy to run past that kind of equipment. So those are the first mercenaries that we need to talk to, and they're looking for that other group that is stuck in an anomaly as well, to give us the frequency at which we can try and tap into the other mercenary group's communications. So once we hear the radio static appear, we can jump down and run away.
Can see the outlines of a town on the horizon. Our coordinates 51, 10
While they're telling the coordinates, we can almost reach the end of the location, so we will not utilize the save glitch right now. It will lose us more time than we would win by skipping distance. Now we need to talk to the Forester again. He will tell us about the artifact that can be used to traverse anomalies, like the ones the mercenary group is stuck in.
The scums hope to see you again.
We'll not use the repair feature right now. We'll use it a little bit later. So now we're going to the bandits' hideout. And surprisingly, the bandits in this area are extremely well equipped. They've got some decent armor. They've got AKs, and what's even more interesting, they've got avalanches. Now we don't need the gun itself, because avalanche is mediocre at best. But what we do need is the ammo, because we're going to need a lot of 9mm ammo. Okay, so grab the artifact, run away. They again are tied to their location, so they won't be able to do any harm to us. Now we need to get back to the Forester for the last time. After that we'll not see him again. And there's another funny glitch that is related to the Forester. It's absolutely useless in a run. But look at this. So
I'd lost all hope of ever. Don't forget an old I'll send you the coordinates. Don't forget an old man. Have a safe trip.
So now we've got 2 upgraded Vintars. If I load the save game, it is possible to stack an infinite amount of those guns. So that's pretty useless in a run. The only thing that limits us is, well, our patience. Of course, all of the guns are loaded, so we can unload them.
Hope to see you again.
17 Vintars. Of course, we're too heavily loaded to continue. But check out this stash. And it's possible to stack thousands of those things. But we're kind of, sort of, in a hurry, so we won't be stacking that much. So it is possible to eject the clips and get 10 9mm 9x39 bullets per gun, but they're useless. These bullets are not armor piercing, and all the enemies that we will encounter during the end game, and we will mainly use this gun during the end game, are heavily armored, and we will need armor piercing bullets to at least be able to do some damage to them. So now we need to go all the way back to the mercenaries. I'll tell you a secret, we're not going to capture the army base with the freedom guys, because right now we're just going to do this. Of course, that will turn the mercs hostile towards us, but we only need to search the leader, and after that we can run away. So we do have the task to transmit coordinates now, but we don't have to ally ourselves with freedom and take the military base with them. And that's pretty good. Unfortunately, this also breaks another sequence in the game, which will give us the quest to go to Limansk. So I'll just wait till the end of the dialogue after we capture the bridge, because, well, the quest to go to Limansk would usually be received when you capture the bridge and the dialogue ends. So we're playing fair. Let's get the health packs. We'll need anything we can get right now. We're sitting at 18 health packs, which is decent, but I could use more. I could use a lot more. Now the good news is we only need to get up to the tower. We don't need to get back down from it. They're throwing pineapples at us. No. This will not need. So new task to meet Lebedev. Now we're going to utilize the save glitch once more. Hopefully I did not mess up anything. So the quest has been given to us to go towards the bridge. I'll just use a guide to get there. I want to walk through the forest again, because you know, screw the red forest. It's infested with radiation, which is kind of bearable, and whirlwind anomalies, which is not something I'm ready to forgive and forget. I hate whirlwinds. Okay, so bridge to Limansk, let's go. And we're getting in the middle of a very big shootout right now. Fortunately, we do have enough ammo. Let's take a position here. And now we just need to shoot a lot of people. So if you have any more donations to read, now's the time. Just be sure to be louder than the gunfire.
Okay, I will try to speak louder. Of course, we have a couple more messages about our partners, one of them being ViewSonic Elite, who's our exclusive monitor partner for 2019 and 2020. All the monitors that you see here and the monitor that VK is playing on right now are provided by ViewSonic, and they're a great support for us. And of course, all your donations are going to support Save the Children, which this year celebrates their 100 years of existence, where they have worked worldwide to give children a future. Working in 120 different countries, Save the Children has reached 155 million children in their programs in 2017 alone. So if you're enjoying this event, please consider donating for this great cause. Thank you, guys.
Okay, so the mercenary squad was finally able to reach the bridge. So we can switch to our sniper rifle right now, which is the Winter. You can actually shoot this gun full auto, but we won't do that. The Winter has pinpoint accuracy, but anyone who played a little bit of PUBG knows that the ballistics of the gun are mediocre at best, and the bullet travels in an arc, so you have to predict where it would land to land a headshot. So what we need to do right now is basically cover this guy from the snipers that will appear up the hill. It is not necessary to kill anyone else, and we will need to kill 4 or 5 snipers total, depending on how quick we are. So a guy controlling the bridge can take up to 2 hits from the enemy sniper. So if we're not very fast, it's not that important. But if we let him get killed, it is not going to end up well, because the time it takes to replace this guy is pretty big. It takes almost a minute for another guy to take the bridge controller and to continue lowering the bridge. Okay, so there's the first shot. This guy can take one more. We'll kill one more sniper from this position, and then we can move to the actual bridge. We'll need to just jump the bridge, clear it out, and wait a little bit more for the dialogue. There's another one. Got him. We can move now. We're wearing a pretty good set of armor, so the enemy gunfire at this position is not of a concern to us. Here comes another one. Will be the last one we need to take out, because if we don't, he'll stay up there, and it'll take more time for the friendly bots to cross the bridge, because they'll know that down here it's safe and they can pass, but up there it's not safe, and they need to be alert, and that'll make them move a little slower than usual. Fortunately, not walking like the guys in the swamps used to. So while the dialogue plays, we can search the bodies, get us some health packs, maybe some ammo. 500. That's a good number. So the guys in the capes always drop winter avalanches. The guys in armor always drop AKs.
The bridge has been lowered and the road to Limansk is now open. Advance squad.
So the road to Limansk is now open. That is the cue to us to move into the Limansk ourselves. And now we just need to rush through the city. That is currently just a giant war zone between pretty much everyone. Clear Sky, Monolith, Army, Bandits, and I think some Duty and Freedom as well. So we only have 10 more energy drinks, 10 more Red Bulls. Should be enough for us to at least run through the Limansk, but might not be enough for us to go through the hospital as fast as we should. So I'll just keep the Winter alive for now. Don't have too much ammo to spare, so I'll need it later. I'll need it to take down the boss helicopter. Yeah, there's a boss helicopter in this game, which automatically makes it a good game because, well, you know, if your endgame boss, one of the endgame bosses, is a giant helicopter, the game cannot be bad. So one of these guys actually has a machine gun in hand. It's not much of a problem to find them, kill him, and pick the machine gun up. But the machine gun itself is pretty useless because it has very limited ammo supply. You cannot attach any sights to it, and well, it's very heavy. It weighs almost 15 kilograms. So now usually we would do a little puzzle with the teleport anomalies, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to jump the fence and go towards the next checkpoint, which is the construction yard. So there are several strategies to pass the construction yard. One is to go to the right side and try to jump the fence, either by a grenade jump or by jumping onto the window and leaping through the fence from there. Or we could do it as I usually do it. Just go straight through the hospital, through the construction site, that is. So we will receive a lot of gunfire here. We'll eat a lot of bullets here. But it doesn't really matter because we've got a good set of armor. We've got a lot of health packs. We actually still have more than 10 health packs, so that is pretty awesome considering how this run was going in terms of luck. So now we're going to stand here on this place in the bus station because it will allow us to glitch the bots into skipping another quest. Will allow us to go straight to the hospital. So this guy will place some shots onto the sniper. And then he's going to say that his gun is broken, he's out of ammo.
The town has no electricity supply. That means there must be a generator.
Now we just need to wait for him to finish his speech.
Cables lead into the building to the right.
And this skips us the quest of actually having to disable the generator and having to clear the courtyard afterwards. I'm just going to pull the generator lever for the sake of continuity. But it is not necessary at this point. And we still need to get around and through the fence that is under electricity. I don't want to lose any health points to it. So we did this. Now we can
Great. The power to the fence has been cut.
just go all the way to the hospital.
Squad is ready to move to Limansk. Advance squad. Your
So we've spent all of our Red Bulls,
Fiat underground.
which is very unfortunate,
The old hospital and
because it means that we will need to wait out for a couple moments while in the hospital for our stamina to regenerate. Unless maybe some enemies will drop a Red Bull to us, but it's not a very high probability and it's not something to count on. So we need to activate the cutscene. Unfortunately, stamina does not regenerate during cutscenes, but we don't need too much stamina right now, because we'll do another glitch. So look at this door, says it's locked, but it actually isn't. So we can open it by tossing a gun into it. So we need to aim somewhere around here. That will make the door open. And yes, if we move to any actually moving prop object in the game, we'll be instantly killed. So we need to propel. We need to give the door enough velocity to move away from our path and not kill us. See, now it just did us some damage, but did not kill us. Now we need to kill the sniper, because it's a main quest. Wait a little bit to regenerate the stamina. Not going to wait for the friendly bot. Ah, god. Not gonna wait for the friendly bots to move to the machine gun nest. We can just... yes, thank you. We can just move around it by going here, and that will allow us passage to one of the bosses of the game, which is a helicopter. So, helicopter fight hype, everyone. Of course, the enemies will toss some grenades at us. The grenades are the most OP thing in this game. It's actually the only thing capable of one hit killing you. On novice difficulty, that is. And here's the helicopter. I'm just going to shoot it. So I already started shooting at it, so the health bar of the helicopter is not full from the start. The heli is burning right now, which means it has lower than 50% of its health points. And there it goes. So much for the helicopter boss. Rest in peace. Or rest in pieces. Whatever. And now we just need to go towards the hospital exit, which is guarded by another machine gun guy. But we can flank him, we can kill him. And now all that's left is either to wait for our friendly guys to come up here and shoot this obstacle away, or we can do this. We can move the obstacle away with our weapon and get blown up by a grenade afterwards. So these guys just ruined a perfect setup. Might be easier with the Winter S. So we need to aim. Yes, thank you. And we did this. And now we just need to finish out the S.T.A.L.K.E.R and the run will be complete.
Glad to see you, man. We've done the impossible.
So we're going to
We
watch
fought
the
our way into the
cutscene
very center of
because
this zone.
there's no choice not to watch the cutscene.
Petrenko, get a
Then
scan
we're
of
going to
S.T.A.L.K.E.R
glitch out S.T.A.L.K.E.R.
Commander, S.T.A.L.K.E.R is very close.
I'm not sure how these guys were able to reach the nuclear power plant in their basic armor, because the basic Clear Sky armor sucks. It's even worse than S.T.A.L.K.E.'s costume, and he's only using a basic Stalker costume. So we're going to save the game and load it again. And S.T.A.L.K.E.R will do this. He'll just climb the ladder back up, allowing us a clear shot at him. Every second shot from the Ghost Rifle will miss. It is a rule. It'll just go through S.T.A.L.K.E.R. So already has less than half HP, which is pretty good. Okay, and this is another glitch that can happen to S.T.A.L.K.E.R. If he's not going up the stairs, that means he's teleported below the bridge. He'll just stand there, and we can shoot him freely. Okay, so task complete. Now we need to throw a few grenades under us, so we get killed. Killed, please. So yeah, the last glitch did not happen. So we can skip this camera sequence by killing ourselves with a grenade. So now we need to wait to the end of the cutscene. And time. So did we stack up enough money to do the cheeky breaky run? Donations.
Yeah, the incentive got met even before your run.
Ooh, that's good. That's reassuring. So cheeky breaky percent is basically the same run as any percent, but the game ends not on shooting S.T.A.L.K.E.R, but on, well, hearing the first cheeky breaky the bandits say. So, okay, we're going to need to start a new game. I don't think we'll need to start the timer up.
I'm very glad your kneecaps are still intact.
Well, the estimate was not really tight. I could have done a lot more mistakes and still would meet the estimate, because 2 hours is a lot. So let's
actual fact, we have
watch the
to worry
cutscene.
about. According to our research, the
This
next
is
mission will not occur for at least
this
2
is
months,
S.T.A.L.K.E.R.
4 days and 7
You can
hours.
actually find his Vinterez later on the swamps, but it is completely destroyed by the emission. And well, since we're doing a meme run, I'm going to take a meme pose.
Without going into detail, I must say I have never seen anything like this before.
We're going to run this while squatting.
Serious damage to the nerve
Hello
system.
from Russia.
The other indicators couldn't be better. It's astounding.
Perhaps it has something to do with the emission.
Most certainly. Although so far I've been utterly unable to formulate a rational explanation for this abnormality.
So maybe this time we'll actually be able to do the very first skip by just pressing the dialogue really fast.
That's good. Welcome back to the world of the...
No, that took a little bit too long. So we're going to enjoy the beautiful view of an opened ruined window and the rundown house in the zone for 15 more seconds. Okay, so the same routine as the start of the game. We're going to talk to the barman, then talk to Lebedev, then
Leave the merc alone with your dirty
I don't think we'll need to stack the equipment, although I'll do it anyways just to get some more health packs.
Got some friends.
This is the second outpost. We're under attack. I repeat, we're under attack. Help!
That's enough chit-chat. Great.
Bits and pieces, okay.
Trader,
Take
the fighter is on
equipment.
his way to you. Issue him with all the equipment he'll need for the mission.
Roger that. You're with us again? At last.
Okay, so we only made 2 stacks for health packs, should be enough. So we're going to the swamps, but this time we will not be going to the rescue of the tower. We'll be heading straight to one of the bandits' camps.
Merc, there are anomalies ahead. Be careful. Remember, don't move until you've thrown a bomb.
We're going
in front
here.
of you.
So we're going to mud through the swamps for a little bit. The map is sorta kinda helpful, but it doesn't really show all the terrain, and sometimes it shows the terrain when there's actually water.
Location of the artifact, and then you just pick it up easy as pie. Keep in mind that your
So
current
let's go through
detector
here.
isn't exactly
We're going
top of
there
mind. It
to the
only
fishing
shows
post.
the distance to the artifact.
This will not need. This will not need as well. Can leave that. Get into the anomaly, but that doesn't really matter. And here are the bandits. And now we just need to hide away from them, so they would say the phrase. Come on, guys. Come on. Time. They said it. They said it, although it was overrun by the gunfire. They actually said the phrase. А ну, чики-брики в дамки. And that's it for Stalker Clear Sky for today. Thanks everyone for watching. This is also the last of my runs. After that, you will only hear me on some donation reading. Thanks everyone for watching. Shoutouts to the Russian speedrun community. Again, shoutouts to the Stalker speedrunning community. Anyone who wants to run Stalker, we've got fresh new Discord that is separated into a Russian part and the European part. So all the languages are welcome. We've got a lot of guides on how to do stuff in all 3 parts of all 3 games of the Stalker series. Thank you and have a good one.
Thank you, VK. Hello, hello. For those who can hear me, that was one of the 2 games in our mini Russian block, you can say. Next up will be Tesuro running Swarm. So stay tuned for that. So in a couple of minutes I will be gone and Morale will take over for me. And I would like to remind you all that I'm the superior doggo and never forget that. Ruins and chats. And if you're having as much fun as we have here, please consider donating. We would greatly appreciate it, and it's for a great cause. Ruh. 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 Ruh.
Oh, okay. Very, very cool. Yeah. Привет and здравствуйте, что это ESA Winter 2019.
What?
Меня зовут Robo Sparkle. This is the lovely Josimus, and you joined us in the middle of what appears to be Russian block for ESA Winter 2019 here in somewhat snowy but mostly dark Sweden.
Yeah, I'm having deja vu. I was in the Russian block this morning, the open block, and now it's happening again.
Don't you know? Every block is Russian block now. In Russia.
You block. I don't know.
I
bottled it.
Yeah, that's all right. I was wondering if you finished the sentence.
No.
I sort of bottled it myself. So coming up next, we have Swarm Morphex. Tetsuro is going to be running that, the 80% version on PC. And then after that, we've got Grand Theft Auto 2.
Yep. On PlayStation 1 of all things.
Yeah, that'll be a laugh. So that's the 80% run, which is 20 minutes. I swear it's longer than that.
I think there's weird glitches and stuff.
Cool.
No. Actually, I think it's all just about getting a score attack. Is it a score attack to Zero? Yes, I'm getting a nod, basically.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm right. I know GTA.
Yeah. I was hoping that you'd be the expert for this, so I'm always keen to learn.
Not 2D ones, I don't know.
No,
3D.
3D. Okay.
I don't know. We got 14k.
We've cracked 14k. We've bet the bidding war, or not the bidding war, the donation incentive for the Dark Souls 2 80% run.
The race.
Yeah. The race with
Extortion and Nubist.
Yeah, which is going to be absolutely amazing. We do have a bid war coming up for that for the character name. Currently, Dabstortion is playing as Dabby McDabface, which is winning on $60. But there are other names that are, if you fancy different memes, you can have Peepo Run, You Look Tired, Helicopter Man.
There's a lot of memes. You got a fine choice of memes here in front of you.
So that's Meme Souls 2 coming up later on this evening. But now I'm going to pass you over to Tetsuro for Swarm Morphex.